like to say, Dr. Fred Soto is in the house. So get excited. I just want to tell you his topic. Next topic, dynamic leadership in a diverse environment. I just wanted to read this, although some people have a handout. This is what he's going to be talking about. The most successful organizations are those who intentionally win the cooperation and loyalty of their colleagues, especially during the most difficult circumstances. Unclear communications, damaged relationships, diversity issues, and poor performance hinder work environments that are otherwise technically competent. Dr. Fred Soto guides the path forward to enlightened leadership in a multicultural and multi-generational workplace. I just want to say that it is a treat to have Dr. Soto in the house. He is currently in Department of Energy. He is multi-published author in the fields of diversity, EEO, and strategic leadership, and has authored more than 70 motivational presentations. Oh, thank you. Next.
Yeah, we're there already.
Okay. You can feel safe with him, actually, because he is a martial arts instructor. And he was inducted in the Florida Martial Arts Hall of Fame, so he is a longtime friend of NAPAW. We recognized him long time ago, that he was awesome. 20 years ago, we recognized his awesomeness, outstanding talent, and yes, even before he was a household name. He can educate, inspire, and energize people in a powerful way. I call it Dr. Soto way. Please welcome my favorite speaker, presenter, and my friend. Give it up for Dr. Fred Soto.
Boy, I better do something right now. Thank you all for inviting Suze. Thank you. Vivian. Every year, I don't know why, but every year NAPAW shows mercy upon me. And they ask me to come back. And every year I'm more excited about what NAPAW's doing. I love your speakers. I know your message. And I'm taking care of my heart now. You guys understand that. You know, I'm grown. I want to learn from about small business, because next year, hey, that's going to be me. You know, so I come here and I learn. I'm encouraged all the time. So today I want to share with you. So here's my elevator speech for your consideration and evaluation. Yeah, that'll do. Don't get me in trouble. So my elevator speech is, and I wrote it down, I developed it right now. I provide federal expertise, strategies, and solutions in the areas of strategic leadership, performance improvement, employee engagement, and diversity and inclusion. And if you mess that up, I will also provide you information in equal employment opportunity complaints and grievances, employee relations, labor relations grievances. So my expertise goes from one end to the other. My work has been transactional. It has been transformational. Thank you, so kind. Thank you. So if all work in an organization is in one of two categories. In a bureaucracy, most of the work is transactional. We do this work to keep the building open. We do this work to keep the people paid. We do this work to keep the mission alive. But the other side of an organization must be the things we do to make it better, the things we do to engage the people at a higher level, to get more from people, and to get more from leaders. So this year, you give me another challenge. You said, Fred, talk about leadership. No, dynamic leadership. It can't be regular leadership. No, that's not good enough for NAPAW. NAPAW wants dynamic leadership in a diverse environment. So I'm going to bring you everything I've got, everything I have to give. I don't do presentations. What I have is basically sharing my heart with you. So I've got some slides. They told me to press this button. We're going to jump in. If you have any questions, leave them to the end. Don't interrupt me, because I'm on a roll. I'm on a roll. But if there's something right now, if you have a burning question, something you came here to learn about leadership, I'm going to ask you to do this. Write it on a piece of paper and pass it up. Pass it to me. Write it on a piece of paper and pass it up. And my promise is I will try. I mean, I know I can answer your question, but you just need to get it up here. That's a challenge for some of you. Some of you right now say, oh, I'm too shy to ask a question. That's your problem. See, you have to stop being shy. So instead of asking you to raise your hand, write it on a piece of paper, and I'll answer any and all questions on any of my areas of expertise. I don't know how to play the violin. I don't know how to do brain surgery. But those other things, I've been preparing 34 years for this presentation today. So I thank you very much for being here. Those of you on the other side, there's some spaces here. You want to be close to me. I want to be close to you. It's a synergy kind of a thing. So feel free to come closer. I want to meet every one of you. I have to hard stop at 2:30 because I have other meetings today. We celebrated Memorial Day today. Please take a minute this Memorial Day to recognize your veterans and the sacrifices that they have made for our country and for each and every one of us. We are here today. Please put your hands together. And I'm very proud that I am a veteran of the United States Army, honorably discharged, and you should know that most of the things I learned, that I'm sharing with you today, I learned in the military. Because diversity, strategic leadership, employee engagement, this is not a joke. If you don't do this well in the military, you and other people will die. We have to come together. We have to find out what's going on, find our place of service, and get on the train. Because either we're moving forward or we're not. Some of you right now are saying, what is he going to talk to me about? Get to the point, get to the point. I will. But I don't know what you know about leadership. I'm going to tell you a secret. I am an expert on leadership. But I'm going to tell you the secret of being an expert on leadership. There's a lot of people with doctorates. You know, they write papers. They teach. They don't lead anything. I'm a leading doctor. I lead people. But you know what? I'm going to give you the secret. How many of you want to be a great leader? Raise your hands. Oh, I don't have to talk here. I'll talk. Thinking I should talk about something else. How many of you really, seriously, want to be a great leader? Raise your hands. Leadership is important. Leadership is important at work. It's important in your family. How many of you got kids? Raise your hands. You had better understand leadership. Hello? All right. How many of you attend church or some other religious organization? Raise your hands. There you go. So you got to find out what does it take for people to follow you, right? So the secret of that. Now some of you are making notes. The secret of being a great leader is not studying leadership. My college professor will not want to hear what I just said. But the secret to be a great leader is to study followers. Study the people around you. Study your co-worker. Study your wife. Study your husband. Study your teenager. Study the people around you, and they will begin to give you signals on what it takes to move them to a higher place. Leaders, future, present, past, open your eyes to what's going on around you. Everybody's concerned right now. This is a dangerous time in government. People are worrying and afraid. Open your eyes, leaders, open your eyes. Look around. Ask questions. Now, with that, I'm going to ask you to participate with me. Should I make them do something? Make them do something. Okay. Leadership lesson number 1. Everybody clap your hands one time. Do it now. Leadership lesson number 2. Everybody clap your hands one time. Do it now. You're an overachiever. Does anyone know? Leadership lesson number 3. Everybody clap your hands one time. Do it now. Again, the overachiever. I got to keep my eye on you. Right? Here it is. Watch me. Watch me closely. Ready to put your hands up? In about a 45-degree angle. Now, adjust your hands so that palms are at a 45-degree angle. What we're going to do upon my instruction is to clap our hands. It looks like this. No, I didn't say that. upon my instruction. Listen close. We turn our palms like this, 45 because you want to get the air. You want to get the little air. See, this is not a clap. That's a clap. So you want to get that air suction right there. There's a methodology here. Ready? So hands up. Focus. 1, 2, 3, clap. 1, 2, 3, clap. 1, 2, 3, just testing. 1, 2, 3, clap twice. Ready? Up, up. 1, 2, 3, clap 3 times. Ready? Up, up, up. It's better. Some of you don't have rhythm. So pay close attention. This is leadership lesson number 4. Right? Watch me. Do as I do. I will demonstrate. First, when I say clap, I didn't say clap. There it goes. Ready? Hit it. Twice. 3 times. Oh, very good, very good. Good job. Okay, relax now. The lesson there is people don't do things just because you say so. They do things because you lead, you show them. Executives, I love you guys, but you need to understand things do not happen because you say so. That's only in our dreams, isn't it? Right? People do things because somehow they make a connection with you, you lead them, you influence them, and that's how they do stuff. So that's it. So leadership, teaching point number 1, leadership is a relationship. Leadership is a relationship. If you don't have relationship, you're not leading. So as a leader, the first thing I want to do is to build relationship. Now some of you say, oh, but I'm so high in the organization. I can't build a relationship. My friends, you can walk around. You can be nice. You know, Bill Clinton. And I say Bill Clinton. Some of you don't like Bill Clinton. I don't care. But Bill Clinton, this is a guy who can come up to you, and in 10 seconds, he can communicate that for those 10 seconds, you're the only thing on the planet. And leaders, everybody, can pay attention. Pay attention to your kids at home. Once a day, stop and say, how are you? My beautiful son, my beautiful daughter. I'm so happy to see you. At the end of the day, I realize you are my inspiration. And just look at them. Some of you need to do that with your husband as well. Right? Your husband needs that attention. You know, oh my husband, man of my dreams. How I love you, how I admire you. I'm so glad to see you. You make my day. My beautiful wife, oh my God. When I look at you, I get tickly inside. I still remember the first time that I saw you. And by the way, this is important. I've been married 44 years to the same beautiful girl. And I say this to you because if you pay attention, if you take 1 minute a day, right, and just make that connection with people, the people around you, look at them, just 10 seconds. 10 seconds of attention. That's the highest compliment you can pay people. The next one is to remember their names. And if you don't know, make a little chart, organizational chart. Okay, who sits here? Okay. And if you don't know, confess. Say, you know what? I forgot your name, but I know your face. I want to learn it. What is your name? I'm Fred. Christy? Christine. That's my mother's name. Thank you. Leaders, you want to lead? Get out of your head and get out among the people. Stop the theory, and get into the people. Because people, they really want to hear from you. They really want to hear you. So, here's my next slide. What is the number one thing you expect from a leader in a diverse environment? I'm listening to. I don't know what you know, so you have to tell me. If I don't know what you know, I don't even want to move forward. What is the one thing you look for in a leader? Yes. By the way, if you want to scream it out, sir, I thought you were about to say something. You can scream it out. This is your time to talk. What is it? What is it? So I'm going to count 1, 2, 3. Everybody tell me at the same time. Ready? 1, 2, 3. What is it? Okay, I can't hear you. One more time. 1, 2, 3. What is it? Okay, now some people in the back. What is your problem, sir? Wake up! We don't have much time. Ready? So what is the one thing you look for in a leader? Everybody say it together. 1, 2, 3, say it. Okay, you're on it. You're on it. I'm hearing good things. I'm hearing good things. So I'm going to cover some of the things that you missed, right? Because I'm convinced that you know what's going on here. Now you're saying, how can you hear everybody at one time? If you open your heart to what's going on around you, you'll be amazed what you can pick up. I'll bet you by the time this is over, you're going to say, how did he covered what I said? You know, and I'll tell you the secret, but you have to ask me at the end. The things that matter are the things that are not always apparent to the eye. Unmet expectations are the cause of the most problems in organizations, even in relationships. Oh, but I expected you to. Why? Because in my other organization, because when I was a child, because my mom taught me. No. You have to be very clear with your expectations. Leaders, this is a powerful leadership tip. Make your expectations clear. Employees or followers, find out what the expectation is. What do you want from me? So here's an example. I want to do a great job for you. You're my boss now. I want to do a good job for you. I really do. So what do you look for in a great employee? You got to find out, because it's just the question will impress people. Wait a minute, you're interested in what I have to say? Yes, I am. So the thing is, it's that connection that you make. But leaders need to be clear. Here's what I expect from you. So for those of you who want to get better performance from, how many of you who are supervisors would like to get better performance from people? Raise your hands. You're a supervisor. Actually, how many of you with kids would like to get better performance? Parents and supervisors, raise your hands. 1, 2, 3, hit it. Let me see. Okay, that's very good. I'm going to tell you some secrets about that. Number 1, tell them what great work looks like. Tell them what great work looks like. A good work product, everything is spelled. Imagine everything is spelled correctly. It's in great English. It's evidence of coordination with different offices. I can understand why you want to do this, right? But I can also understand some of the things to watch out for. So, when you talk to people and you tell them what's expected, they're more likely to give it if you just say, here is your job description. Please read your job description. Here's your performance plan. Please read your performance plan. I will see you every quarter to have a heartfelt discussion on your performance. Thank you very much. Some of you are saying, wait a minute, that's how I do it. That's your problem. That's your problem, With kids, here's what I'm looking for. I want my house to be clean. Oh, tell them why. The reason I want this house to be clean because I don't want to I don't want to die of infections and germs. So you have to clean your room. So the reason I'm asking you to clean your room is because one day you're going to have a house, and I'm sure you don't want to die from infections and germs either. So it's the why. The why. Why do you always want to know where I am? Because I may have to find you one day. But in return, you will always know where I am, in case you need to find me one day. There are different ways to approach, but it's called unmet expectations. Relationships suffer because of this. You said you were going to love, cherish, and protect me through sickness and health, and this. Yes, but then you became nasty. People change. People change. Unmet expectations. What do you expect of your folks around you? What do they expect of you? Make that clear. Leadership becomes way easier. Unmet expectations. So, now here's one for you diversity people. I love my diversity people. That's where I got my start. Diversity and inclusion, right? Well-being and openness to change are strongly linked to inclusiveness. Don't show me your strategic plan. Don't send me to training. Focus on my well-being. Well-being. Now, the theorists call that morale. The military people call it morale. Morale is a psychological sense of well-being. I can influence your morale every day. I can influence your morale right now. I could lift you up right now, or attack you. Which do you choose to do? Booker T. Washington said, in every human interaction, You know, we either lift people up or break people down. Which one do you choose? Me, I choose to lift people up. Because here's what happens. When you lift people up, one day you may have to lift somebody up. And you'll be happy that you treated them well. Now, some people, when you be nice to them, they'll spit in your eye. Some people, you will go with your manners and courtesy, and they'll say, I don't like you. I don't know why, but I don't like you. It might be something that happened to them as children, none of your business. So I'm going to give you a tip there, you know, don't reject rejection. The fact that they don't like you, they got a problem with you, that talks about them, not about you. You can't please everybody, but you can begin by making sure that you don't lie, you don't cheat, you don't steal, and you don't tolerate people that do. You use manners every day. Please, thank you, may I. These are the basics of being successful at work. Stick with the basics, you're going to do well. Leaders in a diverse work environment, I got to tell you something. You could spend years with the cultural competency. I want to learn about African Americans. I want to learn about Asians. I want to learn about everybody because then I'm going to go from my list. How do I treat you? Let me see. Page 7. Asian Americans, yes. You're supposed to be this and this and this and this. Let me give you a tip here, right? And I'm talking to non-Asian Americans. Instead of trying to read about Asian Americans from a book, know them. Invite them to lunch. Sit with them, have coffee, have tea, have punch, have lemonade. But get around, you want to be effective in a diverse environment, connect with people. Because people are watching, leader, they're watching you. And when the only people you deal with look like you all the time, by the way, Asians too. If the only people you talk to Asians are other Asians, no. But they like me. I know, but it's a bigger world than just that. Now people get upset when I say this. No, are you putting down it? No, I'm saying open the horizons beyond your neighborhood. Get out there, learn about other people. Put yourself in a situation where you have to sit with other people. And you're going to see a difference in your life. You can't make it alone, but I will tell you this. The people around you, everybody who's around you right now, were instrumental in getting you to the place you're at today. If you want to go somewhere else, higher, different, change, you have to make new friends. I have friends in all walks of life. And ever since I learned how to do that, my life has changed. Because before, I only used to talk to people who speak Spanish. You don't speak Spanish, I don't like you. And that was stupid. You know, the minute I began expanding my horizons, just putting myself in different groups and learning, everything changed for me. And everything's going to change for you. Now some of you say, what if they don't like me? That's their problem. That's not your problem. Discrimination against you, prejudice, that's not your problem. You be there, reach out, especially if you work somewhere around people. Be the person who reaches out. You want people to say, oh, she's so nice. She's always so pleasant. He's always so kind. What's wrong with him? Why doesn't he be mean and nasty like me? You know, and let me tell you, the mean and nasty people will come to you. Mean and nasty people, they'll seek you out. You know why? Because misery loves company. They will come to you, they will approach you, they will say, come be miserable with me. Let's talk about how life is so bad. Let's talk about our bosses. That's a smart thing. Let's talk about our organization. Let's talk about the lack of opportunity. You know, look, if you don't like your organization, go to another one. If you don't have opportunities, make some. Come to NAPAW. They'll teach you how to make opportunities. Even though you may sit, they'll teach you how to create an opportunity. See, but stop getting in this negativity. You know, find the path of peace. Not my way, your way, the middle way, where we can sort of live with it. You don't have to be right all the time. I am right all the time. But you know what? I'm serious. I don't know what it is, but I can just look at a person. And I can just, here's what you got to do. But I don't. Because I want to hear what they have to say as well. All of life is not a presentation. This is a presentation, but in the real world, just get to know that person. Listen, open your eyes, open your ears, open your heart. Right? So, wellness, well-being and openness, that's what we want in organizations. Then you'll have inclusion. Then you'll have diversity. So, here it is. Here it is. I'm going to give you some ideas on how, this is from my secret files. Right? I'm going to start here. Everybody talks to me about trust. Fred, we need trust. My question, are you worthy of trust? Can you be trusted? Look at your neighbor right now, the person next to you, and ask them, can you be trusted? Do it now.
I know. I can trust you on the way.
I love your advice. Now, some of you are saying, oh, that's a silly question. No, it's not. No, it's not. In fact, okay, question number 2. Your safe partner, say this. Can I rely upon you? Ask him right now. Can I rely upon you? Do it. Well, look at me, sir. Look at me. All right. Can I rely upon you? Ask the question. Okay, that's it. No more time. You had your opportunity. Now, by the way, notice around you when I did that. Some people just turned around and started talking to people. Some people said, watch them closely. I said, always observe around you. Observe around you. Right? For example, some of you want to get promoted. You blew your promotion already. So, because people are always watching. Be that person. Now, some of you say, well, I don't know you. That's the problem. You don't know them. So what is the remedy? Know them. Reach out. Talk to somebody new. And if they're a little different than you, the better. By the way, everybody's different than you.
Thank God.
Because it's not just the fact that they're Asian or not Asian, but some people are dumb, some people are smart, some people are educated, not educated. These are differences. They're differences. Learn what they are and learn to respect them. Stop trying to change people. Want to change somebody? Change yourself. You can't change people, but you can model in such a way people say, oh, I want to follow you. Oh, I want to work for you one day. And it's only because you care. So if you want trust, start with yourself. Are you worthy of trust? Right, wrong. If you see something that's wrong, fix it. If you do something wrong, fix it. Apologize. Too many people are too proud to apologize. Oops. My boss says when I do something right, I brief them. When I do something wrong, I brief them quickly. Because they're going to hear about it eventually. I might as well. People will respect the fact that you can make something right. If you say something, if you're mean and nasty and you blow up at somebody you love, make it right. Say, I'm mean and nasty and I apologize. And they're going to say, why are you apologizing today? Because I talked with Fred Soto and he said I should. If you don't do it for anyone, do it for that reason, but you have got to make it right. Right, wrong. There's a lot of wrongs around you, make them right. And we're going to have time for questions. Keep your cool. Now this is the big one in leadership. If you are losing your temper at work, if you're saying, oh, that really upsets me when you do that, you stupid person. You have got to learn the poker face. So here's the poker face. The key to the poker face is, write this down, suspend judgment. Suspend judgment. We all want to judge. Right, wrong, good, bad, nasty, good. Right? Nothing. Just pretend you're a child and you're looking at this person or this situation for the first time. Suspend judgment. And then begin to study. Observe. Listen. Smell. You did read that. Taste. Right? Ask. Right? People appreciate the curiosity. By the way, your husband will really appreciate it. Oh. Yes. But that's not. They'll appreciate the feedback. So now that you know these things, I'm giving you power. Guys, can I talk to the men for a minute? Do this afternoon. When you could come home this evening, right? Go up, take a shower, put a little cologne on, shave, put a fresh shirt on, you know, and just come back downstairs. And then just look at her. Be there. Just be present. She'll appreciate that. And if it becomes a habit, she might fall in love with you all over again. Ladies, the same thing. I know you're tired at the end of the day, but you're coming home to your sanctuary, to your palace, a place of peace and relaxation and rest and wisdom. You know, do the very same. All this to say, bring your best self to work. But if you can't control it, if you find yourself, you know, starting to get angry stuff, go, leave, go to the restroom, take a break, because nobody wants to see your nasty, vile, horrible personality. I don't need that. Take it down the road, go to the restroom, go to a gym, work it out, you know. There was a time, and because let me tell you, it doesn't help. Anger is weakness. Bullies. I love bullies. How do you take down a bully? Bullies always running. What can I just say? I don't mess with people like that because it takes away from my energy. Here's another one. Display interest. We've talked about that. You want people to be interested in you, be interested in them. Be approachable. This is the big one in leadership. Leaders. People are curious. They want to know what you think. So be approachable. You make the first step. Reach out. Tell them something. Tell them something. Like, for example, I love this scarf. The colors that you're wearing right now, they frame your face beautifully. I can see you've had some training in color analysis because your colors are perfect. On the other hand, you, sir, I know. the thing is, you know, it's the basis. You got to be approachable. I'm just kidding. No, I'm not. All right. The browns are not good for you. So there's an old book. It's called Color Me Beautiful. Just look it up because you're really a winter color scheme. You want to stay away from the browns and it frames your face better. Now you're probably saying, why is he looking at my face? Don't judge me. Because I'm trying to look out for you. I want the good for everybody. Because if we can all find a place of success, imagine how we can transform the workplace instantaneously. I come to work for one reason, to lift up, to improve, to support. You know, and I'm telling you, there's a liberation in that. Some of you angry people, I can see you're miserable. Your faces tell me. Your faces right now are saying, you know, let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Embrace the light. Embrace good. You know, let that frustration go because it's not helping you. And it's not helping the people around you. Be helpful. Be helpful. I already talked about paying attention. Their needs. Secret weapon, ready? I'm going to tell you the basic human needs. If you can meet these needs, you will be unstoppable as a leader. Number one, you should be writing. I can only say this one time because pretty soon I have to go, right? I can only say this one. This is very important. It's very important at home too, right? Human beings have a need to belong. They want to belong. Men want to belong to you. Women want to belong. It's belong. Teams want to belong. As a member of this team, Macy, because you're on this team, the team matters, and you're a key part of this team, Macy. When you're gone, we miss you. Now, that might be partially true, right? But I'll tell you what, if Macy knows that someone's paying attention, yes, you get it. You get it. The second one is the need to achieve. The need to achieve. People want to achieve something. When people aren't achieving something, they feel worthless. Oh, I'm not achieving. So guess what? Give them something to do. Give them a goal. If you're not in a leadership position today, give yourself something to do. Give yourself a goal. Because I guarantee you, if you're not working for something, eventually you're going to start getting bored with yourself. Oh, the world is so bad. No, you're lazy. Oh, the world. No, it's you. This is America. Pick up a goal. Pick up a book. Start a small business. Do something. Don't just sit there. And I guarantee you your life will change overnight. Right? So the need to achieve is a double-edged. And the next one is the need to believe. The need to believe. People want to believe in something greater than themselves. Teach them that, leaders. Show them your dedication to the work, but tell them why you're dedicated to the work. Show them your dedication to the mission, but tell them why. I love this mission. This morning, I saw people who were just excited about their business. I walked in and said, people say, oh, my business, we can do this, we can do that. We're a little expensive, we're a little expensive, People were very excited about their businesses. You got to be the same way. Learn from the business people. Relationships matter. Leadership is a relationship. And it begins now with the people right next to you. They say leadership is not a title. It's not a job. It's not a supervisory code, number 2. No. It's that way that you connect with people. Now, we have younger people here. Some of you old folks were always, that's right, I'm going to be 62 in July. I qualified, right? Check this out. Check this out. Everybody talks about the generational challenge. The generational differences. Watch out. Here comes Generation X. Let me tell you about something I've learned about all generations. Do that. You want to cut through generational challenges, right? Do that. Because what people follow at the end of the day is character. What we strive to be is people of character and integrity. And I don't care what age you are, you can be inspired by character and integrity. And that's what I'm asking you. You want to lead in a diverse environment, you want to be dynamic, go back to the basics. But once you go back to the basics and you review, like we did today, get out of your head and start to practice with people. And you'll win their respect. They'll respect you, you'll respect yourself more. Now, that means you're going to share information. There was a time where people used to say, knowledge is power. I have the knowledge, so I have the power. Silly person. Everybody has the knowledge now. Everybody has the information now, so what do you have? What do you have, Mr. or Miss Knowledge is Power? What you have is the ability to share information. When people know that they can come to you for solutions, strategies, encouragement, right? When people know that they can do that, they'll come. I've talked with people from all generations. Some of you know from my work, I spend a lot of time in speaking in colleges and universities, sometimes high schools, they still have me, speaking to younger people. They follow character. You have followed character in your lives. You can think of that special teacher, that special mentor, that special person who taught you, that special politician, that when they spoke, you just said, oh. And I'll stop right there. Okay. So these are some ideas, and if you get a chance, finally, learn to appreciate others for who they are, not who you want them to be, but who they are. People in the back over there, I can see where you may not have been appreciated. That's how come you sit over there instead of here. The offer is still open. Join us. Come to the other side. You don't have to be lonely. Come on over here. But learn to appreciate. Just because you're sitting, you would say, well, I'm all the way in the back of the room, right? Sitting there by the brownies. I'm seeing you, right? So you're saying, well, he's not going to talk to me. No. Let me tell you why I'm talking to you. Because for these next few minutes, I have been your leader. And I refuse to ignore anybody around. You might ignore me, but I'm not going to ignore you. Huh? How's that? You like that? Yeah. I'm going to go out of my way to reach out and talk to you because I want to be a dynamic leader in a diverse environment. This is my goal. These are the things that I want you to be. So if you wanted a lot of leadership theory, get a book. You wanted to sort of read, learn about what the academics are saying about ethics, read an article, read a book. But if you want to learn about leadership, study the followers. Study the people around you. Learn about them. Ask, inquire. And take on these aspects of character. You know, the one I want to discuss finally, and that's it, is welcoming. Welcoming. When someone comes into your office, when someone comes into your space, now you're probably saying, well, this is not my house. Why should I have to welcome them? Because it's still your space. People want to be approachable. Well, all are welcome. Come on in. Now, some of you bosses are saying, and I'm a boss too, another interruption. I want to be. Your followers are why you have a job. Make space for them. You need quiet time. Go on telework. But don't throw away the people who create your work. Pay attention to the people. I think I got one more. So leading diverse groups of people is more about your character than it is about the people you lead. Observe. People observe behaviors, but they follow character, competence, credibility, and caring. Now, I think that's it. What are your questions? Don't you clap. Don't you dare clap for me right now, because I promised you I was going to answer some questions. And by the way, our time is perfect. Okay, this is perfect time. I came in on time for the first time. Okay, yes.
Isn't it
Nice and loud so people
another
can hear you.
final thing that you know how to do so damn well?
What is it?
Consensus building. You've got
Consensus.
everybody agreeing with you.
Oh, thank you very much.
Bravo.
Thank you.
Bravo, Senor.
Thank you, thank you. By the way, the consensus, not my way, not your way, the middle way. That's the art of consensus. Go ahead, sir. Nice and loud so people can hear you.
I want to tell you something.
Tell me
I
something.
used to work a big firm,
Uh-huh.
and my company pay a big buck for us to learn that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Today we learn new thing, new leadership, new expectations for free. Thank you.
Next year you're gonna pay me. Okay, I'm just kidding. I plan, no, the reason I say is I'm gonna retire, I'm gonna come back into business again. But not the same way I did before. I wanna come back to business to make a few bucks, but also to serve. But let me tell you something. Do you know where I learned a lot of this? On a farm. Because I worked on a migrant farm when I was a teenager, right? My dad sent me to a farm to punish me, right? Because I was a smart aleck, as you can tell, right?
No, this is a true thing.
So
The
on
doctor
the
named
farm,
Dr. named Mancusi. He
Mancusi,
took about $20,000 to do that kind of seminar in
Right.
my company.
there you go.
Yeah, I don't know how much you charge, Mr. K.
So I'll tell you something. I'm going to tell you how much I charge. KD. I don't charge. First of all, I'm a federal government employee. I'm a public servant. What you're hearing is a public service announcement. The thing is, I don't charge, because let me tell you something. There's some things you can't get. So I'm going to speak about NAPAW for 1 minute. When nobody knew me, nobody knew what I had to say, NAPAW gave me a chance. When nobody was saying, Fred, you're a little too crazy, NAPAW said, come anyways. You know, and I've always been treated with respect here. And when you treat people with respect, they will return in kind. So I come here every year, and I'll probably keep coming when I'm a little viejito, you know. I'll keep coming, because this organization for me is important. Support this organization, build this organization. There are few places in America where you can come, and it's all about your success and your improvement without somebody having their hand out.
I agree.
Right? This is the real deal. NAPAW is the real deal. How about you give a hand to NAPAW right now? So, questions? Any other questions or challenges? Come on. Go ahead, sir.
I was hoping you were going to finish your story about how you developed this campaign, your farm story, your punishment.
Oh, well, no. My dad wanted to teach me the value of work. So he sent me to a farm. And I worked for, by the way, my father's friend from childhood was the slave master. And what they did, they had migrant workers. They would bring migrant workers in from Puerto Rico and Nicaragua at the time. And they would work these men from sunup to sundown every day. And they would be abused. They would abuse them. They would set up a little store for them. Everything they bought had to be from the store. So they would only take them on the weekends out to New York City, but they would only take them to certain parts of town, to certain clubs. Everything was controlled. It was a horrible existence. But I learned about work. I learned about leading people. But more important, I learned how to follow. Because, you know, everybody wants to be a leader. Want to be a great leader, be a great follower. And never forget that you were a follower. And when you have a chance to lead, do it better. So that's my story in a nutshell. But that was incredible. I've also, I've sat in a dais with presidents, but I have clean toilets. You know, I have spoken internationally, you know, but I used to scrub the floors, and to this day I can run a buffer. You know, I could scrape the wax off the floor and right along the side. You know, that helped me a lot when I came into the military. I learned how to do a buffer. I mean, I've done it all. I've been a musician. That was my first career. I worked with the Army. And I traveled all through Central and South America, what they call an Army bandsman. You know, I've been an organizational effectiveness expert, learned in the Army, you know, as well. I've been a minister. I continue to be a minister of the gospel. I went to seminary because I'm trying to figure out hate. I was trying to figure it out. Why do people hate? You know, so I went to seminary for 3.5 years. I don't advertise, but I hold a doctorate in religious education as well as the ones that you heard about today. You know, my greatest adventure was in the military, where I could do all of these things, and they gave me bullets, free bullets, and then you know, and I say that kidding around, but my basic, some of you who are in the Army understand what I'm about to say, my basic military occupational specialty was infantryman, 11 Bravo, right? So all these other things I did in the military, that was extra, because the basic thing was 11 Bravo. So it was a very exciting time, you know, for me. I've been a father. Like, again, I've been married 44 years. I have 2 kids, 40 and 38. They don't live with me. And I continue to, I just want to be of service, you know. Abraham Maslow, before he died, Abraham Maslow wrote that hierarchy of needs. Before he died, he was working on the highest need of all, the highest self-actualization. The highest self-actualization is service to others. I say to every person in this room, find your place of service to others. And joy will come into your life. Happiness will come into your life. Young people will love you. Your grandkids will love you. Serve others. Serve others. Serve this country. I don't care what you see on the news today. This is still the greatest country in the world. Serve this country. Oh yeah. When I come to work, I come to serve my country. And I don't speak well of my boss. I don't speak poorly of my boss either, at least not at work. Right? But we have to put our best example, support, support, support. If you do that, I think you can be happy. Thanks for asking that question, sir. You are wise. You are wise. Any other questions? Going once. Yes, sir. Nice and loud so everybody can hear. We don't have no microphone. The small businesses.
I got you. No, it didn't.
Okay. The microphone. Ben's bringing your microphone because we want to hear you.
My brother.
Yes, go ahead, sir.
With my lady.
I can help you.
Hello. You told me about the be cool.
Yeah, be cool. Be cool.
So, I have to work every day outside, very hard. So when I got home, she said, well, where did you go? So I don't know to explain. She complained. She said, you go to another girl, right? all day long.
Yeah,
so,
that's right.
And my friend and my boss tell her that I work for them all the day long.
Right.
Everybody know me work, but she not believe me. So what I have to do to tell her? Thank you, sir.
Don't believe him. He think you do very good, you know. Then he like to talk with you. That's all.
So the thing is,
Yes, sir.
Yesterday, this is so coincidental. Yesterday, I married a couple. I performed the marriage ceremony, and I had counseled them for 4 meetings before they got married. And one of the things that I told them, as a summary of the advice, because I always give advice before I perform the ceremony, save your best self, your best smell, your best clothes, and your best breath. Save that for home. Let your kids, let your family, let yourself always see you at your very best at home. It only takes 10 or 15 more minutes to get it together and then present yourself. You might be tired, but you smell great. You know, you might, so the thing is, save your best self for home. And that's what, when we go see the important people, the judges, we get all dressed up. When we go home, no. Save your best self for home. Because you know what? Your people, the people you love deserve your best self. And by the way, she knows your worth. But you know what? But tonight, go back home, looking all freshed up, shave, and don't forget to say, let's say, okay, baby, it's all. It's not, and I'm here.
You give a good advice, okay?
I think she's clear. I think she's clear.
You
Here it
give
is.
good advice. Coming home fresh, fresh clothes, everything.
Sure.
But he was that way. She will lock him in the room all day long.
But you know what? Here's the interesting thing. Because she raises a very important point. A lot of people say, well, my wife doesn't appreciate me. If she appreciates you, she'll keep her eye on you more. And that's what you want. I've been married 44 years, right? I clean up every day. My wife, this is what I love about my wife. Every day she wakes up, she looks good. Every day. So let me tell you, I'm not looking. Because everything I need is right there at home. So it goes both ways. Save your best self. So I'm going to bring it now to work. Save your best self for work. Your best behavior, your best efforts, try to sleep at night. Don't come in, you haven't slept to watching TV all night. Bring your best self to work. Things will change around you. People will see you differently. They'll follow you. Trust me on this. So she said volunteer. Yes,
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, Soto, thank you very much. Some people say leaders are born, some said leaders are learned. What do you think?
Say it again, because I have a bad ear. One more time.
Some people said leaders are born, some said leaders are learned. What do you think?
I get it. Some people say leaders are born leaders. Some people say leaders are learned people. People can learn. I think leaders are born, but I think everybody can learn leadership. It depends on your situation, right? And I believe in situational leadership. Situational, you can Google that. That depending on the situation, leaders can adapt to be different people. I believe in what Covey said. The 7 habits of effective people, 7 habits. He said, we play different roles. Father, husband, wife, girlfriend, teacher, parent. If you start thinking about those things, start thinking about what you bring to each one of those roles, I think everybody can learn to lead. I really do. I come from an institution where people, you don't have intuition, they teach you intuition. You don't bring leadership, they teach you leadership. And it's a culture that gets things done. It's called the United States Army. So if they can fix me, who was a criminal, a thug, and teach me discipline, that and martial arts, specifically some of you Korean folks here, Hapkido, if they can teach me, how to get control, Anybody can learn. By the way, for those of you who don't understand the meaning of Hapkido, it means ouch in English. In Spanish, it means coño, eso duele. Anyway, so anyways, we got your questions. I've always wanted to have time for questions. Got a couple of more minutes, but I did want to tell you this. I'm reachable. Somebody walked in, I walked in, someone said, I can't reach you. I can't reach you. Well, you can now. These are my contacts for life. Dr. Fred Soto, iCloud, LinkedIn, Dr. Fred Soto. Now, when you go to LinkedIn, don't just say Fred Soto, because you're going to get a guy in Illinois who sells Allstate life insurance. So what I did is I saw my first name in there, DR, and you'll find me easy. If you have any questions or comments, but I'd like to stay in your lives. Now, you may write me, and I don't write you the same day. Don't get mad at me. Keep writing, or call, follow up, because I want to follow up with you. Look at me. I want to follow up. So if you don't get your question answered, please try again. I get a lot of email. And if you want to partner with me on LinkedIn, then you have to say, I met you at NAPAW. Please partner with me. I want to join your network. No NAPAW, no partner. I need to see where I met you, where you're from. And people do, come on. No. It's a very small network. I want to know where I met you, so I want to know where I can follow up with you. But I came in with my elevator pitch, same way. I provide federal expertise solutions, right, in the areas of strategic leadership, process improvement, performance improvement, not performance management. Go to HR for that. Performance improvement. People. I can help people to do better, right? And I'm, again, an employee engagement. My love. You want to learn how to engage employees? I'm with it. But I just ask that you be willing to listen a little bit and observe and to listen. It'll be fine. I'm getting very excited. I need to calm down because I really need to leave here at 2:30. Kate, is there? Okay. All right. So that's it. Anyone else? Yes, ma'am.
I sent you an email last year after you and I talked.
Right.
And you never responded. That's your fault. Was that my fault or was that your fault?
That was my fault. But I got to tell you something. I used all the information. I'm taking care of my heart now. She taught me about heart care, right? So she taught me about diet, take care of my heart. I went to the doctor. I don't like doctors, but I went to the doctor, so I'm doing well.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Everybody listen to this lady because she understands, and I learned from her. But I apologize. I'm trying to make it right.
Apologize anyhow.
Yeah, trying to make it right. So, and I do make mistakes, approximately 5. This is the 5th
You're only
one.
human.
I'm only human. So thank you very much. I'm going to be moving in another direction. And I could stay longer, but I can't stay because I got to catch a train. And it's very far away. I live in Fredericksburg, Virginia. I live so far away, but I love it there. They named it after me. Fredericksburg. Thank you very much for your time. Support NAPAW.
Thank you. Very often people don't remember to say thank you.